Hi, I'm Liz Law of Liz Law Jewelry, and today I'm going to show you how to wire wrap and tell you a little bit about myself and how I got started with making jewelry. So I first started dabbling with jewelry about 9 years ago. I just graduated from college in Virginia, and I didn't really have any plans other than to move out to LA for a little while. My plan was to just be there for a couple years and visit my sister and get a fresh perspective and do some traveling and get maybe a short-term job and then move back to the East Coast. Well, 9 years later, I'm still in LA, but that's a whole nother story for a different video. But back to my story. I had 2 weeks between graduation and the move across country, and I decided I'd do something creative and somewhat productive in that time. So I decided I would learn how to make jewelry. So I drove down to my local bead store in Richmond called Bangles and Beads, and I bought a bunch of beads and went home, made earrings, fell in love with it, went back to Bangles and Beads the next day, went home, made a bunch of earrings. Same thing again and again. I was completely hooked. I fell in love with it. And today I want to teach you how to wire wrap, so maybe you can fall in love with it too, because I get so much joy out of it, and I would love to share that with any aspiring jewelry designers out there. So, first thing we need our supplies. And you're going to need wire cutters, and you're going to need round nose pliers, and you're going to need flat nose pliers. And these are all going to be available at your local bead store, or with a simple Google search you can find those. And then we're going to use wire, and I always use sterling silver or 14 karat gold fill wire, and for the purposes of this learning video we're going to use silver because it's a little bit less expensive. And so first let's cut our wire, and you're going to want to cut enough so that you can fit whatever bead or beads you're going to be working with in the wire, and also have room for 2 hoops at the end. So I'm just going to cut this much. And then you take your round nose pliers, and about that, just leave a little bit on the end of the wire and make a loop. Just make a little loop, and then bring the tail around away from you. So the tail is, it'll be you, the stem of the wire, and then the tail. The tail is away from you. And then, so we have a little loop like this. And then we take our flat nose pliers, put them on the stem, and kind of crook the wire back a little bit. So now we've got like a little lollipop looking thing. And whatever you're going to string this onto, now you put that in the loop. So I'm going to take this silver chain, put it right there. Okay. And then you take your round nose pliers and squeeze them kind of right above that intersection of the stem and the tail. And it's important the position that you're holding it in. You need to hold it so that now the tail is closer to you. So you're going to be wrapping it away from yourself. So the tail in this position is on top of the stem. So now we take our flat nose pliers, grab the tail, and just wrap the wire. We're just wrapping the tail around the stem. And you do maybe like 1.5, depending on how much of a coil you want, but I usually just go with 1.5. And then you take your wire cutters and you just cut it pretty close. Watch out for flying wire, but I don't wear goggles. People ask me that. And then take your bead, just stick it on the wire, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And you might want to be mindful to keep your loops on the same plane or not. So for certain designs it matters, for certain designs it doesn't. So I'm going to do my other loop, same thing. Gonna make the little crook, grab the loop above the intersection. Again, the tail is, I'm gonna wrap it away from me. Imagine this motion. There you go. And there you have it. And then you cut it. And then at this point, I could have put other chain through there to make it into a bracelet or a necklace, but I didn't. So maybe I'll put an ear hook up there and make it into an earring or something. Anyway, it's so much fun. I hope you enjoyed as much as I do. Thank you.